talk about wrestling, yeah.
Alright, well, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of AppenRoid Talks About Wrestling. I am your host, I am Rue, and with me as always is...
I'm Archie, always here. Just here.
Just there, yes.
Just here, yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, you have joined us for our Wrestlemania episode. We do this every year. Actually, we've done it only for the past 2 years now, but, you know...
Yes.
We're trying to make the best of it and try to do the podcast as often as we can. But this particular episode is going to be very fast-paced because it's not just WrestleMania we're covering this year, this podcast. We're also going to be covering NXT Dallas. So I've come up with a few things that we're going to do. We're going to go through the cards of each event because NXT Dallas takes place, NXT Takeover Dallas, will take place on Friday, while WrestleMania will take place on Sunday. And if we want to cover the Hall of Fame that happens on Saturday, if we have time, we'll do it. So I've come up with some rules. We'll go through the card of each... we'll go through the card and go through each match, if we want to talk about it. This will be like a presidential debate, where you'll have 2 minutes to give your thoughts, and then the other person will have 1.5 minutes for a rebuttal.
Are you serious? Good Lord, okay. You know these rules that you come up with they're gonna go out the window like in the first 2 seconds.
I have a stopwatch. If you can see this on Skype.
Lord.
I have a stopwatch, so we're gonna try to keep this as as smooth as possible. So.
All right, yeah. Let's. We need to try to keep things moving because we go on tangents quite a bit. So we'll try to keep on topic.
It's tangents? What?
Yeah, that should just be our middle name.
What, AppenRoid?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Okay. All right, cool. All right. So let's talk about NXT Dallas because it takes place on Friday,
which is actually tomorrow.
Tomorrow? That is tomorrow. We got to get this podcast out before the event starts.
I know. I got tomorrow off though, so I can at least get it up and going in the morning. So Sounds good. All right. Well, let's talk about the main event. Let's start off with the main event: Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe. You got 2 minutes, Archie. Go ahead. 2 minutes. What I think about this match? It's pretty much a rematch of their first one. It's basically Samoa Joe and Finn Balor 2. Judging by their first match, it's going to be fantastic. I'm very much looking forward to it. I want to see what Finn Balor... I'm always interested in his body paint, what he does, because he always does something a little bit different. But I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do, because I feel like he's going to drop the belt. I feel like he's going to drop it to Samoa Joe. And I have a feeling that this is going to lead to Finn Balor going up to the main roster soon. That's what I think. Even though he is pretty much the face of NXT, I just have the feeling with him dropping the belt to Joe is kind of Finn passing the torch to somebody else for him to move on up. But I'm looking forward to the match. I think it's going to be fantastic. I think that they're going to pull out all the stops. I think it's going to be even a better match than their first go-around was. So I'm highly, highly looking forward to it. But like I said, at the end of the day, I think Finn drops the belt to Joe. That's what I think.
You got another 40 seconds. You want to keep going?
I don't care.
Okay.
No, go ahead, man. That's all I got.
All right. Well, my thought is that he could, because they're bringing in Austin Aries, they're bringing in Nakamura. They could definitely use some room at the top. And Finn Balor has basically been the face of NXT since I don't know, spring of last year. I mean, he's
honestly. Sorry, yeah, you got your 2 minutes. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. He's been the face for a while, but he's also helped build new stars. I mean, Apollo Crews, who's even though he's been on a slight downslide, he's ready to be main event. And so there's other people who could take that spot. Nakamura especially, Austin Aries especially. And also, I saw a little bit of news that the Bullet Club, or actually they're known as the Bulletproof Balor Club, will be at Raw on Monday. So what better way for him to come in to the main roster is to drop the belt to Samoa Joe and join his buddies on the main roster. It just makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. And it would not make sense to have Samoa Joe lose 2 title fights in a row. He's on a tear. He is ready to be the face of the company, or face of the brand, I should say. And so that's just what I think.
I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. I think Finn Balor's ready. I think he's ready to move on to bigger and better things.
Yep, I agree. All right, cool. Well, that got that out of the way. All right, cool.
Hey, that was awesome. Hey, and this new format's pretty good so far.
All right, you got 2 minutes to talk about Bayley and Asuka. Go ahead.
Bayley and Asuka, man, I don't know really what to think. All I know is that it's going to be a phenomenal match. You've got Bayley, who knows how to she knows how to tell a story. You got Asuka, who, good lord, she's a hard hitter. She everything that she does in the ring looks devastating. And you got Bayley, who knows how to sell. So, I mean, you've got just this potential you have a potential to be a show stealer just with those two. I think it's fantastic. Who I think is going to come out on top. I don't yet quite think it's time for Bayley to drop the title. That's my opinion. I don't think that do I think she's ready for the main roster? Yes, I think she's ready. I think she's ready to go up, but I think she's got too much momentum still in NXT, and I think she's still got a little bit of life left in her to hold on to that belt and to keep going with NXT and keep building that women's division down there because it's fantastic right now. But I think it's going to be a phenomenal match. I can't wait to see it. I think Bayley still comes out on top. She's still the champ.
That's good. I also and I agree with you. I think Bayley has more work to do in NXT right now, and it's not because she's not ready for the main roster. It's because as the women's champion, she is responsible for the women's division. You know, you got Asuka, you got Nia Jax. You know, Emma has left. She's gone to the main roster. Thank God. She deserves it after all the work she's put in. So, I mean, and also there's no Eva Marie. So you have a lot of people that you need to start building up to actually carry the women's division when she leaves. And so far, Carmella, you know, is that it? You know, other than Asuka and Nia Jax, I mean, is Dana Brooke ready to come back? You know, are they going to actually give some time to Santana Garrett? We don't know. Who I think is fantastic. Right. The 2 performances she had in NXT, I keep tweeting like, Santana Garrett needs to be on NXT because she was awesome. And she loves it. She loves it every time I tweet her. You know, so Bayley has more work to do, in my opinion. Yeah, so that's why I feel it's going to be an awesome match. It's going to be a great match, but I think she'll keep the title too.
Yes.
Cool. All right. So, next match on the card that I want to talk about. Your favorite tag team, Archie, the Revival versus the American Males. I mean, the American Alpha. Sorry.
American Males.
Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know how I feel about the Revival. I think they're great technicians in the ring. I just feel that they're bland. For me, there's nothing for me to get behind them on. They're great in the ring. I think they have great chemistry together. But for me, I just can't get behind them. But American Alpha, you know, I'll forgive the name, but those two are ready. Those two are ready. They've been ready. They're getting a whole lot better. Jason Jordan has really, you know, to me, shown a lot more personality in recent weeks, and I'm really excited to see his growth because Chad Gable, he's been there. He's been ready for this, and I mean, personality in the ring, you know, all around, he's been ready. I've been waiting on Jason Jordan. And he's been looking fantastic. He's been doing a great job, and I think those four are going to have an incredible match together, just all around. And I honestly think that it's American Alpha's time to shine.
All right. I don't care for American Alpha because I do not like their chemistry. As a matter of fact, I am tired of seeing Jason Jordan trying to be a face. I want him to turn heel. He's got the skill. He's got the moveset. And that face, that smile on his face, does not say face to me. It says heel team to me. And I think that Chad Gable and him would have a great series of matches if they were up against each other. So to see them become tag champions, in my opinion, of course, is just my opinion, would actually be, I don't know, I would really hate to see it. I'd rather see the Revival drop the titles to a different team other than the American Alpha. I'm going to keep doing that because all I think is American Males. That's all I think of. And I don't even care if they don't look anything like Marcus Bagwell and that other douchebag. But Dash and Dawson, they really bring me back to the good old days of Minnesota Wrecking Crew, you know, and I love their style. I know you think they're boring. I really love their style. I think if they had the Great Khali as their manager, it would be even better.
Oh,
But
good
that's
Lord.
just my
Same,
opinion.
of course
So-
you had to, but the funny thing is like you and I have like the exact different views on like the tag. You hate American Alpha, and I love American Alpha, and I'm not very keen on the revival, but you love them. So,
I do. I really do.
I mean, yeah, but I mean that's the thing. That's just how people like how we see things differently. Like how wrestling fans can see different teams differently, and or different wrestlers differently, which is cool. I like that. That's what makes it awesome. It's just that it doesn't matter. You know, I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong for liking the revival. You're not gonna tell me that I'm wrong for liking American Alpha. It's
Nope.
just like I said. Name aside, I like American Alpha. So, but moving along.
Moving along. All right, I'll start this next one. It's the match between Sami Zayn and Shinsuke Nakamura. I'll start that off. I got to be honest. I looked up a lot of Nakamura stuff in Japan, and I am nervous for Sami Zayn because Nakamura is the king of strong style, and the style called strong style is not a misnomer. It is really stiff. It is to the point that I'm afraid that he's going to injure Sami Zayn before he gets his first WrestleMania under his belt. Nakamura is no joke. And they say he was the biggest star in Japan. I believe it based on what I saw. I saw a highlight of a match that he had with AJ Styles. I swear he gave AJ at least 2 concussions in that match. Just by some of the things I saw him do. And not because he was being careless. It's just because that's the style that Nakamura has.
Right.
But if everything goes well, it is going to be the match that steals the show, in my opinion. It really is. Sami Zayn works well with almost anyone. You name it, he'll work well with anyone. And Nakamura is going to really explode in Dallas. All right, your turn.
I haven't gotten a chance to see any of Nakamura's stuff. I know how big of a star he was in Japan. So I'm just, if you're a big star in Japan, you're good. I mean, that's in my book. If you made it over in Japan and you're a big star in Japan, then I don't need to see what you did in Japan. I just believe it. You know, I believe how big of a star he is and how good he is. I already know how good Sami Zayn is. So I can only imagine what this match is going to be like. And with Nakamura's strong style, is there a nervousness there for Sami Zayn? Just hearing just how stiff Nakamura works, and that's just how his style is. That's what he does. There's a little bit, just considering that Sami is still coming back from that, from that shoulder injury. So there is a little bit of nervousness there. I mean, shoot, and Sami's gonna be in a ladder match at WrestleMania too. So it's just like, so I'm hoping that those two are going to have an amazing, like I said, show-stealing kind of match. And I already know it. Like, every single match on this card right now is I'm like, this is going to be an awesome match because they all look fantastic. But obviously Nakamura is going to go over in his first official WWE match. But it's going to be phenomenal. I can't wait.
Oh, so excited. I really am excited. I'm telling you, like you said, like if you're big in Japan, if you earn their respect, then you're obviously going to be big in the U.S. kind of a thing. Yeah. I mean, there's some exceptions like Lord Tensai, but we won't talk about that.
But the thing is, Tensai was here first, and then he went to Japan, right?
True.
Because he was Albert, So I mean,
yeah,
it is what it is. I mean,
okay, so the next match I'm actually looking forward to, just because it's not this guy versus a jobber, okay? So, Elias Samson will be facing off against Apollo Crews, and it'll be actually Elias's first real test. I'm really excited, and I'm actually big on Apollo Crews. I think he's adapted his style well. I'm glad he stopped doing the gorilla press slam into a moonsault finisher and everything. But Samson, a lot of people are not giving him credit. He's got some psychology going on in that ring. When he's in there and he's in his element, he reminds me of like Raven or Jake Roberts. He's got that look and style that's very aggressive, and I like seeing that. What do you think?
You talking about Elias?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
What do you think?
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited to see, really, honestly, we all know what Apollo Crews can do. We know what he can do. I'm excited to see what Elias can do against a competitor. Like, I'm not trying to downplay anybody that he's wrestled, prior, but they've all just done the job for him. That's basically what it is. Not a whole lot of people getting a whole lot of offense on him. I'm interested in seeing exactly what Elias can do when given the time to actually perform, and given the time with somebody like Apollo Crews, who we all know can go. I mean, he can go, and so it's and I really want Elias. I really like that aggressiveness, like you said. I love the aggressiveness that he has. I love that look in his eye when he's kind of got that crazy. It reminds me of an old school heel.
Mm-hmm.
He really does. I really want him to bring back that beautiful elbow drop, though, that he did in his first match that I haven't seen since.
Mm-hmm.
So I would really like to see him bring that back. But obviously, that really I love that finisher, though. Still, it's just a neck breaker.
It's a neck breaker.
It's got torque on it, though. So it looks pretty good. But I still love that elbow drop. I want him to bring it back. But like I said, I'm excited for this match. I want to see what Elias can do.
Me too. And then the last match on the card that I can think of, I'm not sure if I've missed anything other than Baron Corbin versus Austin Aries, which I gotta tell you, man, did you watch NXT from last night?
I haven't watched it from last night. No, I didn't get a chance to watch last night, so I'll have to do that tomorrow before the actual event.
My goodness, watch it, because Baron Corbin had the promo of his life. You know how we've just joked about how he's awkward doing promos, kind of looking at the side, not looking at the camera. He was looking right at the camera, talking about like how he's tired of these guys who are from the independent scene and everything like that. Like his promo was really heartfelt. I think he's worked really hard on his promo just to sell this match, because Austin Aries still has not wrestled a match. It's basically been Baron Corbin just trying to sell the match, and I'm excited to see what Austin can do. I saw him in Ring of Honor. I saw him in NXT. A little concerned about the miles he's put on his body, but it'll be very interesting to see.
You mean TNA?
TNA, that's what I meant. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm a little concerned as to like how he's going to be able to perform at this level, especially at his age. But it'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what Austin has to offer, and I don't even know if he's going to win this match.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. I'm looking forward to it as well. I'm looking forward to Austin Aries, his official, match debut. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. I've seen, videos here and there of him like in TNA and everything. But to actually see what he can do, honestly, on the big stage, in WWE, and see what he can really do against Baron Corbin, who, in my opinion, has grown so much since the beginning. Since I've seen him, his skills in the ring have improved drastically. And the only thing I said that I've ever felt was lacking was like his promo skills. He was a little bit awkward in his delivery. But I'll definitely have to check out what I feel like he's gotten better in that aspect too.
Yes.
But I'm looking forward to seeing what he said last night. But like you, I don't know who honestly is going to win this match. I really don't. So I can't call it either way. I don't know.
Nope. Well, that really covers it. Did I miss anything else on the card on NXT?
What I'm looking at here, there's not. I think we covered every match. So
great, cool, we got it. Yeah.
We got it.
Yeah, we did less than 20 minutes. So how about that? How about the structure?
Look at that. It's we're rocking
it. All right. Okay. Well then, cool.
So what are we moving on to now? Wrestlemania? We're moving on to the big show?
Let's move on to the big show. It's in Dallas, Texas. It is in the AT&T Stadium. Who knows how many free tickets they're going to give away to try to boost up the attendance numbers, but it's looking to be one of the biggest WrestleManias they've ever had.
Man, if they want to send a couple tickets our way, feel free.
That'd be awesome. A couple tickets and plane tickets, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, there you go.
But actually, Dallas is not that far from where you live, right? It's just like, what, a day trip?
Yeah, probably something like that.
Yeah, cool. All right, well, let's talk about the card, shall we? The match that we're all looking forward to, of course, is the 10 Diva tag match with Bad and Blonde versus the Total Divas.
This is the kickoff pre-show, isn't it?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it doesn't make the main card. I gotta say, when Eva Marie was revealed to be the 10th member of this matchup, the look on everyone's face and the sound of the reception she got. I loved it because not even the commentators could ignore it. They're like, wow, that's kind of a cold reception for Eva Marie. And I'm thinking, well, duh, because they're trying to make her a face, and she's been booed out of every arena that she's in. She's been
booed out of every arena she's in, and she's actually playing a heel in NXT right now with Nia Jax.
Right.
So, I mean, here we go. We have, Team Total Divas, which is supposed to be the face team, but then they add Eva Marie.
Yeah.
But you even had like Natalya and Paige and Alicia Fox and Brie Bella just completely like giving her this look in the ring, like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Sort of look. It was like, okay. But I think the only thing that interests me about this pre-show match is how much action is Lana going to see?
Yep. That's a very big question.
She's been training,
and
she's been training, and she actually, on Raw, she actually delivered a pretty nice kick.
Yeah, a nice little jump kick on Brie.
Nice little jump kick on Brie, so looked pretty good, so I'm actually interested to see how physical she's going to get in this match. I would like to see...
That was Paige,
some in-ring time.
That was Paige, because it was Paige versus Emma, I forgot, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know exactly what to expect from this. This whole match could be a disaster because when you think about it, they're basically hoping that Natalya, Paige, and Brie to carry the match with Emma, Naomi, and Tamina, I think. I think that's who they're really carrying.
And Summer Rae.
Well, I hope not, because Summer Rae kind of sucks too.
All right. I'm sorry. I thought you were just going down like the list of people who are on that team. I'm sorry.
I'm going down by like who they're probably looking to carry the action for as long as it's going to be, because it could be just a 5-minute match for all we know.
It could be, and you never know. It's probably what it's going to end up being, but it's on the kickoff pre-show for a reason. So. And I'm not trying to downplay like any of how good in it, because we all know Natalya is awesome. We all know Paige, what she can do in the ring. Brie has improved, but Eva Marie, she's greener than goose turds. And then we've got then Lana. We don't know what she can do. We know she's been training, but we know Tamina and Naomi and Emma. Obviously, Emma can really go. So. We'll see. I don't even know what to expect from this match. Honestly, I feel like Lana's going to get the pin somehow.
Yep, I think so too. And the thing is that I'm kind of looking forward to more of this for more of Emma, because I'm so excited that she's back on the main roster.
Yes, me too.
Her getting back on the main roster serves two purposes. One, she's going to see more action. She probably will be in the Divas title. Well, actually, it'll be the women's title, because they're going back to the women's division. She'll be in the line for the women's division title. And we'll probably see less Dana Brooke on NXT. It serves a lot of purposes to have her on the main roster. Yeah. So, but yeah, we went over on that one. But
that's okay.
The other pre-show match, Dudleys versus the Usos.
Honestly, I could care less.
Me too.
Could care less.
Yep.
It was nice having the Dudleys around for nostalgia purposes. But I'm just not into it anymore. It was nice to see him for a little bit, but that's it.
Yep.
I
feel the same way about the Usos. So
yeah, and the Usos too. I feel like ever since, was it Jay that went down with an injury?
Yeah,
or was it Jimmy? Jay. I think they lost a whole lot of momentum when that happened, and I just don't feel like they've been able to get it back, and I just really don't care right now. And so they need to come up with something to make the fans care again, because I just feel like a lot of people just don't really care a whole lot anymore. So I don't care who wins, honestly. It is what it is.
You're going to be at work during the pre-show, so you're not going to be missing much. So
I know. I'm going to miss. Yeah, we'll get to that later, but.
All right. Well,
all right.
Next one. The Andre the Giant Battle Royal. This one is going...
Wait. But that's on the main round. That's on the main show now. They moved it.
Oh. Is only two matches on the pre-show?
No, 3. Ryback and Kalisto.
Oh, thank God. Okay, so Ryback and Kalisto on the pre-show.
Yes.
Oh, Kalisto, I hope he wins. That's all I could say.
I hope so too. I mean, I don't. No offense to Bareback, but I would like to. I don't want to see him with the title. I understand that they're kind of giving him this new push, sort of new mean streak or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to do this before with him and it didn't work. I don't know what it is that he needs, but he needs something, and I feel like they're just trying something again that just didn't work.
Well, I think they're just trying to feed him more. That's all.
The thing is, like, he's supposed to be the heel, right? But on Raw, when he confronted Kalisto, he started doing his "Feed Me More" chant,
mm-hmm.
and people are gonna say it with him regardless.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if you're trying to be a heel, you can't play to the crowd like that.
Well, you can.
But I mean, it doesn't. All right, he can, but it doesn't make sense to do it.
Okay, all right. Well, tell me exactly what about Ryback's career made sense. Skip Sheffield, come on.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Kalisto, I hope you win in a very short match. So
that'd be nice. All right then.
Main card.
Let's talk about the match that more than likely opened it. IC title ladder match. Kevin Owens versus Miz versus Sami Zayn versus Sin Cara versus Dolph Ziggler versus Stardust and versus Zack Ryder. Go ahead.
Oh man, this is obviously these always have the potential to be a show stealer.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gonna be weird, man. I don't know. I have a feeling that there's gonna be some high spots in there. There's gonna be some risks that are gonna be taken, of course. Again, I'm concerned for Sami Zayn's health, so I hope that he doesn't try anything too crazy. But we all know Zack Ryder got thrown in there because Neville got hurt, so so I'm not expecting anything big out of him. Sin Cara, I don't know, man. I have this feeling still that Owens is going to retain, and that's what I think. I think it's going to be a good match full of some spots, but I think Owens will retain.
Interesting, very interesting. That seems to be the most logical choice, I guess, but. I read an article where they're talking about Zack Ryder and how this is actually a big step for him because about 2 years ago he was written off by WWE Creative. He got relegated to running the tag team of the Hype Bros with Mojo Rawley. But in the time since, he got kicked in the nuts by Eve Torres on WrestleMania, up to now he has greatly improved his skill, and I've seen it. I've seen it on NXT. He's gotten better in the ring. He's more fluid. He sells better. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, that could be the Cinderella story. And I'm like, wouldn't that be nice if that was the Cinderella story of Zack Ryder winning the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania? I don't think that's going to be it, though.
No.
If anything, I would love to see Stardust get the title. Like, throw a complete monkey wrench into the whole thing. Kevin Owens winning is the logical choice, but I would love to see Stardust come out with a victory. So that's my opinion.
Yeah. And I honestly, I don't think it's gonna be Sami Zayn yet.
Nope.
So, because I mean, he was able to pin Owens on Raw.
Yep. So that means he's not gonna win.
So that means he's not gonna win at WrestleMania. So here he got his win over Kevin Owens already. So he's not gonna win on Sunday. And honestly, I don't want to see him win a title yet.
No,
I don't want to see him win it yet. I want to see him get some matches under his belt on the main roster, and I would like to see him in a one-on-one with Owens.
Mm-hmm.
I really would. I would love to see a one-on-one match.
That could be the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, like you said, logical choice is Kevin Owens. I would like Stardust would be awesome to see win the title. He's a hard worker, and I think he deserves it. So, but yeah, I think honestly, I think Owens will retain it.
All right, cool. Next match on the card that probably will follow that one. And this is all hypothetical. Don't take my word on this. AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. I'll start this one. I'm looking forward to this one because it's WrestleMania. AJ's used to big arenas, big crowds, and everything. He wrestled in Japan, so there's nothing new to him. Of course, it's going to be his first WrestleMania. I would have loved to see like a backstage like video of like capturing his imagination, just like, wow, I never thought I'd make it to WWE, much less WrestleMania, and here I am, 3 months in, and now I'm wrestling Chris Jericho, my hero, on WrestleMania. But Jericho always pulls out all the stops at WrestleMania. I mean,
yes, he does.
Even if he's in a horrible situation, even if the situation is not good for him, he's going to give everything he's got to a match. And this match, yes, we've seen it before, but this is going to be where they pull out all the stops, in my opinion.
Completely agree. We've seen this match twice already, but we haven't seen it at WrestleMania.
3 times.
And 3 times, sorry. And at WrestleMania, things just get amped up quite a few notches, and every competitor seems to want to pull out all the stops and put on an amazing show, especially at WrestleMania. It's WrestleMania, for crying out loud. And having this be AJ Styles' first WrestleMania, I've seen what he can do, obviously, in the ring since he's come to WWE, and I'm highly impressed with what he can do. So I can't wait to see what he does on the big stage. Jericho, we know what he can do. He's a phenomenal wrestler and just absolutely amazing at his craft. He is the best in the world at what he does. And so, which is true. I mean, he's fantastic, and just him being able to prove again at WrestleMania why he's as good as he is. I can't wait to see what these two do at WrestleMania. I think AJ Styles comes out on top, though.
Yeah, I mean, if Jericho can get a good match out of Piper, Jimmy Snuka, and Ricky Steamboat on a 3-on-1 match, AJ Styles should be cake for him.
Yes. And AJ Styles, I swear, the way he sells, I swear he's hurt like 50 times in a match. Yeah, just the way he sells, it's just like, good lord, it's like it reminds me of like young Shawn Michaels. Just the way he sells, you're just like, good lord, AJ, calm it down, man.
That's why I'd love to see a match between him and Sami Zayn, because those two, the way they sell, it's painful.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Yes, it is.
Cool. The next match I think that would follow this is the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that there's a lot of rumors going around right now on wrestling news sites. A lot of people are saying that John Cena could actually make a surprise entry, because they said that he's not supposed to be back until July, but as we've seen John Cena before, he heals incredibly fast, be it with steroids or whatever, I don't know, but he is a freak of nature, and everyone calls it a freak of nature. He even calls himself a freak of nature, and considering that there are rumors that he could actually get an early clearance to come back, why wouldn't he miss the opportunity to come back at WrestleMania and surprise everyone and show up at the Battle Royal? The same applies to Cesaro. Cesaro is seen all over right now in Dallas, Texas. People are tweeting pictures showing them getting a selfie, or actually, because this is with Cesaro, it's an Ussie, isn't it? So they're taking pictures of themselves with Cesaro. He's all over the place without his sling. So he could also be in the Battle Royal and win it again.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think WrestleMania is the right stage for Cena to come back? Yes. The Memorial Battle Royal? No. I just don't think that it's the right venue for him. If he's able to be cleared, why would he want to be a surprise entrance in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal? It's just, to me, it doesn't make sense. I mean, could they do it just to get his face back out there and to bring him back in? They could. Do I think it's a smart move? No. Because to me, John Cena doesn't need the Memorial Battle Royal. He doesn't need it. It's just, why would he want to be in a match with the likes of Fandango or Darren Young and The Ascension? It's...
Why wouldn't you? I mean, the star-studded cast there, man.
It's just, but it doesn't make sense. For me, it doesn't make sense for somebody like John Cena to come back to be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Cesaro, though, yes. If Cesaro is healthy enough to get cleared to be able to do this, it'd be fantastic to see Cesaro again, because missed him greatly. And to see him in the ring again and for him to win it again would be awesome. I would love to see that. As far as who's going to win this, I honestly, I don't know. I think that there'll be a surprise entrant maybe that we'll see win. but I honestly don't really care all that much. So unless somebody like Cesaro comes back, then I'd love it. I'll love it. But there's just nothing in this right now that I'm just like, that has me completely interested. So
honestly, for me, I would love to see a member of the Social Outcast come out for a victory in this one.
That'd be funny.
They kind of need a boost, in my opinion. So
they need a boost. They're a fun group. I like them. They're a fun group.
So the next match on the card that's going to be interesting. I really have a hard time saying this, but the New Day versus League of Nations, a 4-on-3 match. What do you think about this?
I think it's booty.
I think so too.
Couldn't they have something so much better for the New Day to do at WrestleMania than to wrestle the League of Nations in a handicap match? I mean, really? I mean, you have the most over group in WWE that in ages, and not just like right now, but I mean in the past, I don't know how many years. Like, this group is over. And you have them going up against the League of Booty. I mean, it's just... I don't get it. I don't understand how they couldn't come up with something better for the New Day to do. But I mean, I can't... Every single time that the New Day is on TV, it is just gold. It is gold every single time that they step in that ring or just get on a mic. But the League of Nations are just boring.
Oh,
they are,
come on,
so boring.
Come on,
you can't tell me that they are at least. Do you find them at least even somewhat entertaining? That's.
Oh, okay.
It's a legitimate question.
Well, okay. You know how I feel about, Alberto Del Rio.
Yes.
I've always been high on Sheamus. I really don't care for Rusev, to be perfectly honest, but I really do like what Barrett's been doing, especially since his contract's coming up soon. He probably won't be back, and, like when he's given a chance to shine, he has shined. Like at Survivor Series, he was fantastic in Survivor Series until he got eliminated. I don't know. The way I look at this match is that it's WrestleMania. New Day's gonna get their chance to shine. They are going to pull out the most ridiculous thing that they can.
Oh yeah,
and
of course,
it's gonna involve like streamers or like boxes of bootios that they're gonna throw into the audience. They're gonna do something ridiculous and entertain the fans.
Yeah, I remember they were hearing some sort of an interview where they were trying to convince creative to let them ride out on like or ascend or descend from the top like on unicorns or something like that. Like they were trying, but apparently that got nixed. They wouldn't let them do it, but they were trying to let creative let them come down from the rafters like on like unicorns. Which would have been hilarious.
I don't see why they would say no to that, but okay.
I'm with you though. I can't wait to see what just their entrance. I just can't wait to see what they pull off, and what they do. But that the crowd is gonna just eat it up. The WrestleMania crowd is a completely different crowd than just your regular pay-per-view crowd. So I'm excited to see what they come up with, and I think that they're still going to go over. I don't think that they're going to lose the titles. For me, I don't think so.
Oh, the titles are not on the line for this one.
Oh, they're not. Okay,
yeah.
All right. I thought it was a tag team match. I'm sorry.
It's a tag match. It's just.
I
think the last I checked, they were not on the line, which doesn't make sense. I mean, 4-on-3 doesn't make sense at all. But,
it does. But,
I mean, that would be.
It is what it is.
That would just be booty. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're gonna get to the nitty gritty. So.
Yeah.
Here we go. Sasha versus Charlotte versus Becky. Probably for the last time, the Divas title will be on the line.
Yeah, because they're switching it to the women's
Yes.
division now, right? The women's title.
Yes.
Thank the Lord.
Yes, I'm tired of that butterfly belt.
Yes, thank the Lord that it's going back to the women's title and not the Divas title. Who's going first, me or you?
I guess I'll go.
Go ahead.
I want Becky to win. Who's probably going to win is Charlotte. Who probably deserves it more is Sasha. So if that doesn't illustrate to you how torn I am in this match, especially since it's WrestleMania, that's how torn I am. It could go any way. It really can, and I kind of don't want Ric Flair to be involved. I want it to just be the three. We've seen what the three of them can do. If they give them 10 minutes only, I'd be happy. I don't want this to be a 3-minute match or a 5-minute match. I want it to be 20. But if they get 10, I'll be happy.
Man, you hit it right on the head. The way you laid that out was exactly how I was thinking it. Who do I want to win? Becky. Who do I think will win? Charlotte. Who deserves to win? Sasha. It's I'm torn, man. I'm with you because I really want Becky to win just because she hasn't had her chance yet. Sasha held the NXT title. Charlotte has held the NXT Women's Championship. Becky has not. Mm-hmm. Becky has. She is the one to me that's the most. To me, she's one of the most consistent performers. And I feel like, and she is very, very likable as a person, as a wrestler. And I know what I'm going to get every single time that she comes out there. I know what I'm going to get. I'm going to get a solid match, and I know that I'm going to like what I see. Her promo skills, I think, are better than Charlotte and Sasha's. Mm-hmm. Sasha's got some skills on the mic, but I think what Becky has shown me, especially in the recent few months or whatever, that she's got those skills on the mic. She's impressed me so much with her promo skills, and all of them's got the wrestling ability. And I hope that they get more than 10 minutes, or at least 10 minutes. I hope they get more. I hope they get 15 to 20. And I hope that Ric Flair's not involved. And if he is, I hope it's very early and the ref kicks him to the back.
That'd be nice.
So,
yeah.
So, but yeah, that's what I'm hoping to see. It's tough because I love all three of those girls. I think they're fantastic. But I just pray that whoever wins, I'll be happy. I want Becky to win, but I'm just looking forward to seeing those three. I was going to say looking forward to those three going at it, but that doesn't sound right.
Why? So... Wait, what do you mean? Why doesn't that sound right? I don't get it.
Shut up. Moving along.
No, I'm really confused. What do you mean?
Moving along.
Okay, one more thing I have to say about the match. All right.
Yes.
It's kind of like one of those things where it's kind of crazy when you think about Sasha Banks. She could potentially win that match, right? And to think that the night before she'll be watching her cousin get inducted into the Hall of Fame. It's like, what a weekend that would be for her and her family.
I know.
So that's just something to bring up. Okay, so I think the most compelling match on the card, with the exception of the Divas match, will be Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar. What do you think?
Man, I think they're going to beat the living crap out of each other. That is what I think. I think that this match is going to be hard-hitting, and I'm going to cringe many a time while watching it. And I think Brock is going to get busted open like he always seems to get somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow he always bleeds from the head. But it's just because it's always the hard way too. You know that he gets busted open the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking forward to it. I don't know when the last time Dean has won a pay-per-view match. I'm trying to remember. But either way, I mean, I'll be happy with whoever wins this match, honestly. Mm-hmm. Just because I know that I'm going to enjoy myself while watching it, and I think they're going to put on a hell of a match that's just going to be brutal. So who do I want to win? I want Dean Ambrose to win just because I want to see him get a WrestleMania, an awesome pay-per-view victory, which I can't remember the last time, like I said, he got a victory at a pay-per-view that meant something. Do I think Brock will probably win this match? But I would like to see Dean win it just for the reasons I laid out. But because in my opinion, Brock doesn't need to win it. He doesn't need to win the match, but he probably will. But Dean is one of the most over superstars on the roster right now. So and everybody wanted to see him in the championship match. So we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna go with Brock. Probably wins this match. But I want Dean to win.
All right. Well, yeah, I pretty much agree with everything you said. I see Lesnar winning this match just because he's Lesnar, not because it's better for the storyline. If anything, if Dean Ambrose wins this match, it's not going to be clean. I don't think it'll be clean. I think the Wyatt family will interfere because they're not even on the card. It just makes sense because they have twice been involved with Lesnar and has never been resolved. So, or three times. Three times been involved with Lesnar. They had the Royal Rumble, and then was it Fastlane? He had a match, or was it it was a exclusive, I think, to the network or something like that. And then they had a run-in. So Lesnar still has unfinished business with the Wyatt family, who probably he'll face one or two or all of them at SummerSlam. So it depends on exactly how that goes after he comes back from his break. So I think if Dean is going to win, it is going to be because the Wyatt family gets involved. It'd actually mean more for Dean in the long run to get the victory. Mm-hmm. But it's hard to sell a Lesnar loss unless something is going on there. And
because I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, it's hard because they built him up to be this monster. You don't want to lose what you have built, especially at the expense of the Undertaker. So
exactly, and that was my thing. It's hard to make Lesnar lose a match legitly because of how huge he is and because he's such a domineering force. It's tough. It's tough to have him lose. And I agree with you. If Ambrose does win, it's not going to be clean. Because it's like you said, it's hard to sell a Lesnar loss in a clean fashion. So
so we'll see. That one's a toss up. It really is a toss up for me. Okay, and then the most poorly booked match on the card. You know where I'm going with this.
I know exactly where you're going with this, man.
Shane O'Mac versus The Undertaker. Now, I'll say this. If they just said the two of them are going to be wrestling, awesome. I would enjoy it immensely. Mm-hmm. But the build-up of this story has been so weird. And what's even weirder is that Vince is so involved in this, too. I don't even know how in the world they messed this up. But they have.
I don't understand. Like, it was weird. Like, from the very beginning when Shane came back, and that whole segment between him, Stephanie, and Vince was phenomenal. I don't know what the crap happened between like the very next week or like it was like they had the perfect setup right there. They had it perfect, and then they had blown it from there on out. Nothing really, like, I was hooked. From then I was like, yeah, that'd be awesome. Shane versus Taker, WrestleMania, beautiful. If they would have left it there, perfect. If they would have left it until that confrontation a couple days ago on Raw, and the way that was perfect. And if they would have cut out everything in between the first time they mentioned it when Shane came back, and from what happened on Raw this past Monday, I would have been fine. I would have been like, this is going to be great, especially watching Shane jump off the ropes, off the turnbuckle, and dropping an elbow through the table on the outside. That was classic Shane. And I was like, that was awesome. Like, that was awesome to see. I wanted to see that. And that's all they really needed to do. And then have Taker sit up at the end and then stand up, and that was perfect. Whatever happened in between, I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, I'm not exactly too sure. Like, was everything they added post just because they realized they kind of put themselves in a corner? Like, well, we got to explain why Undertaker's involved in this. Well, really, do we? It's like, yeah, because he's never been aligned with you, not since '99 at least. So
Yeah.
then they threw in, well, he's going to do it because if he loses, it's going to be his last WrestleMania. Okay, fine, but you could have said that at the beginning. But no, you didn't think to put that there. You know, and Shane, if he wins, he controls Raw and he controls the WWE. Great, you know, that kind of a thing. But I mean, at this point, it's going to be like either the next stipulation is that Vince McMahon is going to be the special guest referee, or Shane has to lose an arm if he loses the match, kind of a thing. It's going to get that ridiculous because like the build-up doesn't make sense. If they just sold it on just Shane versus Undertaker, and if Shane wins, he gets the control of WWE and everything like that. If Taker wins, he gets some big reward. That would have been just fine. But it's Undertaker has to win, or he's never going to be at WrestleMania again. Shane wins, then he gets control of WWE. It's like everything is for Shane and nothing for Taker. It makes no sense to me. So
it doesn't.
Yeah, and the only way I look at it happening, the result is Undertaker beats the crap out of Shane, and then in defiance of Vince McMahon, he puts Shane on top of him for the pin.
Yeah,
that's the only way I see this happening.
It's because it doesn't make sense for Taker to fight for Vince. It makes no sense. But I mean, it's just like it's like they came up with this idea to put butts in the seats at WrestleMania and be like, here's Shane versus Taker, but we don't have anything to build it on.
Nope.
It's like we have nothing. So let's just let's make up this stuff about, you know, Shane wanting creative control, and then let's come up. Undertaker's just gonna be a patsy for Vince. I mean, that's, you know, that's just so basic. You know, it's so basic, and to try to explain why the Undertaker was such, you know, the phenom, you know, the staple of the WWE. To try to explain why he's aligning himself was just ridiculous. Like you said, there's nothing for him in this. Nothing. If he wins, there's nothing. It's like, oh, hey, you got another win at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But if you lose, you're done. I'm sorry. There's no incentive for him to really fight. Nope. Honestly.
No.
None whatsoever. And to see this possibly be his last WrestleMania and have it be against Shane.
I know. I
don't understand.
It's all weird. And
yeah.
Once again, though, it doesn't make sense for him to win either. You know?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense for him to win either. But it's. I feel like you said. I feel like they booked this match, but with no real plan of how to go about it.
Yeah.
Do I think that they're going to put on a hell of a show? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that they're going to put on a hell of a match. And Shane's going to do something stupid like he always does.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's one of those things where I just don't, aside from just the match itself, there's nothing that really held my interest besides that, like I said, the first original promo where they booked the actual match, and then Monday on Raw where they had some physical altercation.
Yeah.
And which was very engaging. I loved it. But I don't know. Shane might probably win. I don't know. It's because it does, like you said, doesn't make any sense for Taker to win this match. But
no, and it's a weird situation, which is why I said the scenario that makes most sense to me is that Shane's not gonna get the upper hand, but Taker's gonna beat the crap out of him, and then in ultimate defiance of Vince, pull Shane on him. And just like to screw Vince over, you know, like screw you. You're not going to tell me how to do this, kind of a thing. So,
yep,
that's the only way I see it happening. Either that, or you know, Khali shows up and helps out Shane. But,
Good Lord,
just, you know,
uh,
he needs his WrestleMania moment still. So, they got that match out of the way. So then we have the main event, which I could care less about. So that's WrestleMania. Do we really have to talk about Reigns versus Triple H? I mean, really.
Well, I mean, I guess we could a little bit. I mean, we can kind of scurry through this because let me say this. Why is everything with Reigns so poorly booked? Seriously, like everything with him is so poorly booked. And granted, it's not necessarily his fault, and I feel like we say this every time because it's true. But it's one of those things where that their segment on Raw, they had like 3 different segments on Raw.
Yep.
They like opened the show, then there was a section like after the like an hour and a half into the show, and then they closed the show. Mm-hmm. And it's just like,
and the crowd reacted to none of it. The crowd reacted to none of it.
None of it. They still booed the crap out of Reigns. They cheered Triple H.
Kind of cheered.
This WrestleMania crowd, huh?
They kind of cheered Triple H. They
It's this WrestleMania crowd is going to eat Reigns alive. They're gonna absolutely cheer for Triple H the entire night, the entire match. Any sort of offense that Reigns is going to put out is going to get booed to hell and back. It's just, and still Reigns is going to go over. Mm-hmm. I mean, Triple H isn't going to keep the title after WrestleMania. So, unless something really goofy happens, Reigns is going to win the title at WrestleMania. That's basically what's going to happen. And I don't care if they put on a hell of a match or not. It's going to get booed. It's going to get just completely crapped on. And let's talk about, we haven't even talked about The Rock's going to appear.
Sure.
I mean, who knows what he's going to do? I don't know. But it's just, I have no interest. And you could tell on Raw, they were really, really trying to garner some sort of interest for this title match. And it's just not there. It's just not there.
Nope. It's sad. It really is sad. Because this is their money match. This is mm-hmm. where they're going to... This is where they're hanging their hat. This is where they're going to close the show. Obviously, because they keep calling mm-hmm. it the main event. And It's just going to be one of those things like, good Lord. And the only way that any of this is going to works out with the scenario I've laid out for the Shane Taker match. Shane's going to control the company. So the only thing I could think of is that it'd be like Shane's final nail in the coffin for the Authority, is that he is directly involved in the result of this match, saying, screw you, Triple H. Here's my champion because I run this company now. And it's the only way because it could actually work, to be perfectly honest. Yeah. And with The Rock being involved, I really hope he doesn't get involved in the match because they're going to boo it even more.
They're going to boo it even more because he tried that. They tried that at Royal Rumble.
Yeah, last year. Yeah.
Last year they tried that at Royal Rumble. Didn't work. They were still booing. And it's just like, man.
It's funny.
Like they're trying so hard to get Roman over.
It's funny because this is the same exact situation they were at WrestleMania 22 in Chicago, and they used Triple H to try to get John Cena over, and everyone was cheering Triple H. People were booing the champion, the one that they wanted to win. This is the same situation. And it's like, I was discussing with a friend of mine at work, it just seems like every time Triple H is ready to close the show at WrestleMania, something prevents him from having a show-stealing match. Something.
Yeah.
It happened against Randy Orton because they had to follow Taker and Shawn Michaels. It happened at WrestleMania 2000 because he was in a Fatal 4-Way with Rock, a Big Show, and Mick Foley. It happens over and over again to Triple H, and I don't understand why. Like, it just never works for him, and it's going to happen again. So.
It is. It's going to happen again, and I don't know. There's really nothing else that I can say about this main event. Nothing. I'm hoping that by the time WrestleMania is over and the main event is over, I'll look back and I'll be like, man, that was excellent. foot insert into mouth. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
I'm hoping, please prove me wrong.
Mhm.
Please shut me up. You know, please. You know, I'm begging you to to have me walk away from WrestleMania with my jaw to the floor and just amazement of how amazing the main event was. Please. Am I optimistic that's going to happen? No. But do I want it to happen? Yes. I don't want the main event to fail. I really don't. I don't want to walk away from the main event going, well, that was crap. But I have a feeling that's going to happen, and I don't want it to happen. But that's why I'm, hey, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. That's all I got to say.
That would be great. I mean, here's the thing, is that the other part of this is that I know how heavily invested Triple H is into this, because he's had it for Roman Reigns since he was Leilaki, I think, in NXT. He's been kind of like, he had him earmarked for the future of the company ever since then. And so this is his last, like, well, I'm going to make sure he gets over. I'm going to be the bad guy to put him over. And I'm afraid that this is going to be a failed experiment for Hunter. I am really nervous because this is like basically what he's built NXT to be, is that they create the biggest stars. And if they don't do it this time, I'm afraid it's going to be like proof to the Office, like, oh, well, that was a fun little experiment, you know?
Yeah.
I'm afraid for that result, but we've seen creative and Office people in WWE be that cynical. We've seen it before. So,
yep.
Yeah.
We shall see.
We shall see.
We shall see.
Wow, we did it. We covered all of this in an hour. Can you believe that crap?
Awesome. We are, we did it. We did, yeah, we did cover it in an hour, didn't we? Yeah, we sure did.
We didn't cover the Hall of Fame,
enough.
but that's okay, because we're not predicting anything for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we're not predicting anything for the Hall of Fame. It's
I predict Sting is gonna speak at the Hall of Fame. That's what I predict.
I think so too. I think he's gonna speak, and I think it's gonna be good.
I think some rings are gonna be awarded and stuff like that. You know, some people are gonna cry probably.
People are gonna cry. People are gonna pull out random chants.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they're gonna chant one more match to him or something.
Or you still got it, or
you still got it, yeah. All that good
free
stuff.
birds forever, or something like that. You know, I guess the one induction I'm the most happy about is Jacqueline, because a lot of people never gave her credit during the Attitude Era. And she was great. She deserves it, so I'm happy about that.
She was great. Jacqueline was very I think underrated, or I won't say underrated, but she was in the women's division at a time where there was you had the likes of Ivory, you had the likes of Sable, especially, where she was just overshadowed.
Yep.
But her in-ring work speaks for itself, and she was fantastic women's competitor, and she deserves this.
Yeah. Stan Hansen is another big surprise to me. Stan Hansen, I mean, he made his bones in Japan more than he did in the United States, but I think it's kind of like a nod to Japanese wrestling, because of the fact that they're bringing the Bullet Club over. They got Nakamura, they got Asuka and everything, and I'm pretty sure Stan Hansen was a huge hero to those guys, especially when they were in Japan. So it's odd, but very fitting. So I'm glad he's going to get in.
I agree.
So,
me too.
Yeah.
Me dose.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it. So, yeah. Anything else you want to say before we sign off?
I think that is it, man. I think that is like one of the most structured podcasts that we've had. I think a few times, you know, especially during going down the WrestleMania card, we went a little bit long on certain matches, but with it being WrestleMania, it's to be expected, I think, to kind of talk a little bit longer about certain things.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we kind of Donald Trumped a few of the rules, but we still worked it out. So yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, we still got it.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for joining us. Once again, WrestleMania NXT Takeover at Dallas is going to be coming up this weekend. It's a busy weekend for wrestling.
It is.
So, if you're listening to this, it's hopefully it's before all this takes place. But
yeah, I'm gonna put this up tomorrow morning.
Awesome. Well, we'll get this up as soon as possible. Thank you so much for listening. I am Rue, and with me as always is
It's Archie. Archie, you guys have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful time watching WrestleMania and NXT Takeover Dallas. And we'll catch you guys next time.
See you later. This is AppenRoid Talks About Wrestling. See you guys.
Yeah.